This guy was tenacious, never backed down from a fight. And although he entered the NHL straight out of junior, where he was an offensive minded player, he became kind of a power forward defensive stalwart, like I said, with a bit of the anger in his eyes. But when Mel Bridgman made it to the NHL, it was a long path through the BC junior program. Now, the native of Thunder Bay moved all the way to Victoria to play with Nanaimo of the BC JHL and Victoria of the WCHL in 72. In 73, he scored 37 goals in 49 contests with Nanaimo and played 4 games with 1 goal with Victoria. 74, his big breakthrough, 65 points in 62 games with Victoria, 26 goals. And with the Cougars in 75, the best player of the WCHL, 157 points, 66 counters with 175 minutes and penalties. Where did he find the time? Now, prior to the draft, he really stood out at the World Junior Championships, the unofficial tournament 75, when he won silver. He was the top scorer award, won the top scorer award in Victoria, 157 and 75, and it was the WHCHL All-Star for his team. He also tied the record in Victoria with most points in one season, 157. Now, his move from Thunder Bay to Victoria was quite interesting. He went as a teenager, but he followed his father, meteorologist Wetterman, who was transferred there. Now, he led Victoria to the 74-75 WCHL regular season crown. Now, scored 25 points in his final 6 major junior games. Now, the second World Junior Finals in Winnipeg and Brandon, again, great success and scouted like crazy. He set Victoria's single season record since broken for goals and assists in 75. And now he debuted as the number 1 draft pick in the NHL October 9th, 75 against Washington. Of course, his famous number 10 didn't follow him, but he did play in Calgary, New Jersey, Detroit, and Vancouver. Now, over 14 full seasons, 252 goals, 449 minutes assists, 701 total points with 1,625 minutes and penalties. And in the postseason, he made it to the finals with Philadelphia in 1980 and also lost in 76. 28 goals and 125 contests, 67 points. Now he was the New Jersey Starter Game MVP in 84, the New Jersey Fan Club Player of the Year also in 84. He was Philadelphia captain for almost 2 seasons, 79-81, and New Jersey captain for almost 3 years from 84 to 87. He was Philadelphia's playoff penalty minutes leader in 78 and 80, led Calgary in playoff goals in 82, and New Jersey points leader 2 seasons in 84 and 85. That was the young version of the Devils. He was their goals leader with 23 in 84 and assist leader with 23 in 84. Now, he was also Ottawa's first GM in August 91 and remained there for 2 seasons. Now, he scored a goal in his first NHL game and finished 5th in voting for the 74-75 Calder. Was involved, of course, in that major altercation with fans during the Flyers' April 15, 76 playoff game in Toronto. Fans have been angry at Flyers players for targeting Boyer Salming and Inger Hammerstrom during the playoff series. The crowd behavior led to a fight. Bridgman was eventually criminally charged with 1 count of assault causing bodily harm for throwing a glove that hit a female usher. Charges against Bridgman and teammate Don Selesky were later dropped, although teammates Joe Watson and Mad Dog Kelly pleaded guilty to other charges related to the incident. All 4 had been forced to surrender to Toronto police following the contests. Now, bad injuries in 77 because of a Charlie horse. He missed part of the season and part of the playoffs. Now, he played on the Philadelphia team that set an NHL record with a 35-game unbeaten streak from October 14, 79 to January 6, 80. Now, he played left wing exclusively after the 85 season and also was on the Fossil line, well named, with Peter McNabb and Rich Presson for New Jersey. McNabb, the Buffalo and Boston reject, and Rich Presson, of course, the Chicago reject as well. Now, missed part of the 87 season with a non-displaced fracture of the left foot, an injury suffered in January 12th game against Hartford. Now, first goal in Detroit uniform came on the first penalty shot of his career when he bet Rolly the goalie Melanson on March 25th, 87 in Detroit. Now, served as NHLPA representative during his playing days and also the youngest man in NHL history to take over the expansion team when he was named Ottawa's first GM at age 36. Now, with Detroit, he played in the minors with Adirondack, and he also played in the Swiss League with Sierra. Now, He was also a WHA draft pick by Denver, 4th overall. Spurs took him in round 1. Now, he attended Villanova University, University of Pennsylvania during his playing days, and completed his MBA at Pennsylvania's prestigious Wharton School of Business in 91. He was the first BC resident drafted first overall in the NHL. He only played two minor league games for Adirondack during his pro career. He worked as a project consultant at Wharton Center for Applied Research from May to August 91. He also became a player agent after leaving Ottawa management, working at CMG Sports. Now, the big deal, of course, I think Calgary got the best of the deal. He was traded to the Flames for Brad Marsh. Now, Bridgman's style of play, according to published reports, was considered almost a combination of power forward aggressive defensive player who was not scared to fight. Now, throughout his career, he was known for a consistent offensive contributor, a smart defensive center, and a gritty, hard-nosed power forward who could check and fight regularly. Now, the penalty minutes in Philadelphia, 120, 86, 120, 203, 184, 136, 195. In the year he was traded, 141, then 103, 121, 105. And found himself at Adirondack when he had 3 points in those 2 games. But his career was pretty well done. But did get 4 counters in the 88 playoffs in their semifinal run that year. Now, wrapped up with Vancouver, 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. And at the World Juniors, he scored 1 goal, 4 assists, and 5 points in 5 contests. Now, he won the Bob Brownbridge Memorial Trophy as a WCHL leading scorer in 75, and he was a WCHL All-Star in 75 as well. So, again, 6 feet 190, sometimes 185. He was, like I said, he wasn't a Broad Street bully, but he was kind of the new version of Flyers, where it was still a combination of scorers and tough players. But Bridgman, like I said, the biggest problem we had with Bridgman back then was spelling his name correctly, because he spells it without an E. So when the media first got a hold of him, you had to ask him straight out how you spell your last name. And I know there was a couple of hockey card errors that we noticed, where basically they were spelling with an E. So a very unique number 1 draft pick, because the idea of them getting Bridgman was a long way, like the traded picks. I'll give an example. This was from Washington, of course, for Bill Clement, Don McLean, and a 75 number 1, which ended up being Alex Forsythe. Now, Montreal took Robin Sadler number 2, but it was Pierre Mondoux was a strange, but it was a quiet, a pretty quiet draft. I'll go over the number 1s here, and some are pretty good and some are eh. So you got Bridgman, Dean, Klassen, Brian Maxwell, Ricky Lapointe, Don Ashby, Greg Vidic, Richard Mulhern, Robin Sadler, Rick Blight, Pat Price, Wayne Dillon, Gord Laxon, Doug Howard, of course Pierre Mondoux, Tim Young, Bob Sauvé, and Alex Forsythe. And both Pat Price and Wayne Dillon were taken by from the WHA teams. Price was taken from Calgary, while Dillon was taken from Toronto by the Rangers, and the Islanders took Price. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the short story of the I call him the Badger Bridgman, Mel Bridgman. If you like what we're doing here with our hockey podcast, let us know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share.